Hey Keepers, and welcome back to my channel. And to this video, I want to talk about something that goes beyond just a single viral post or product. I want to deep dive into something that affects every single one of us in this hobby. Why do some stream keepers eagerly adopt new ideas while others reject them outright? This thought hit me hard after seeing a TikTok post by Lucky Aquatics, who is based in the US. In just 2 days, their video racked up over 250,000 views and 8,000 over likes. The topic? The Calyx ball, a tool designed to help busy stream keepers maintain their tanks with lesser effort. The response was huge. Some hobbyists were amazed and excited to try, while others instantly dismissed it as BS. But what really caught my attention was this. Many of the people who were against it had never even tried it. That made me wonder, why does this happen? Why do some people refuse to experiment with new ideas even when they might improve their stream keeping experience? This isn't just about the Calyx ball. This is about the way we think, the way we learn, and the way we grow in this hobby. Let's break it down. We live in a world where information moves at a lightning speed. Social media can make an idea famous overnight, pushing it into the hands of thousands. But just because something goes viral doesn't mean it's reaching the right people. Think about it. How many times have we seen a great piece of advice get buried under a flood of flashy but misleading trends? How many times have you watched a viral post explode with attention, only for it to disappear just as quickly? The reality is that the stream keeping community is fragmented. Some hobbyists have been in the game for years, relying on experience and time-tested methods. Others are newcomers, excited to experiment with new techniques. When an idea like the Calyx ball emerges, it might reach the beginners who need it the most, but miss the veterans who will scrutinize and refine it. Or worse, it might reach skeptics first, who shut it down before it has a chance to prove itself. So much of what we accept in this hobby today, from specific remineralization techniques to how we cycle a tank, was once controversial. But back then, there was no TikTok, no Facebook groups, no massive online communities to instantly spread or suppress an idea. Innovation had time to grow, evolve, and be tested before opinions solidify. Today, ideas live or die within days, sometimes before they have even had a fair shot at it. Here's the thing, there's a huge difference between knowing something and actually doing it. It's easy to form an opinion just by reading a post, watching a video, or hearing someone talk about it. But true understanding only comes from real-world experience. Take the Calyx ball as an example. Some people immediately dismiss it, calling it useless. But how can you truly know if something works unless you have tested it in your own tank for a certain period of time? It's like looking at a new stream food and deciding whether, without even feeding it to your colony, that it wouldn't work. We see this pattern everywhere in the hobby. People insist that a certain TDS level is the only way to keep streams healthy, even though thriving tanks exist outside of these parameters. We have traveled the world meeting hobbyists and breeders ranging from 10 tanks to 400 tanks to qualify this statement. Some reject new filtration methods without even trying them, because they assume their current setup is already the best it can be. But here's what separates the best stream keeper from the rest. They don't just rely on what they think they know. They test, they experiment, and they adapt. If you are not willing to try something new, how do you know you're not missing out on something better? Even I tried to replicate the green wall to see if there were any difference. So let's be real, change can be scary. When you have spent years doing something a certain way, it feels risky to switch things up. There's always that nagging voice in the back of your mind. What if it doesn't work? What if it harms my streams? What if I waste my time and money? that fear is completely natural. But fear of change is also what holds this hobby back. Imagine if no one had ever tested alternative remineralization techniques. Imagine if everyone just stuck to the same stream keeping methods from 10 years ago. Where would we be today? Would we have the vibrant, diverse Caridina and New Caridina streams we love? Would we understand how to optimize breeding success? Would we have the water chemistry breakthrough that allows stream keepers around the world to achieve stable, thriving tanks? We owe the progress in this hobby to the people who are willing to take risks, challenge the norm, and test new ideas. That doesn't mean you should blindly adopt every new trend, but it does mean that rejecting something without giving it a fair chance is just as bad as following trends without question. The Calyx Boy is a perfect example of how divided the stream keeping community can be. On one side, you have the hobbyists who saw potential in it, tested in their tanks, and found it useful, especially for people with full-time jobs, families, or those who travel frequently. These stream keepers are not looking for a miracle solution. They were simply open-minded enough to try something different and see if it works for them. On the other side, you have the detractors, people who instantly dismiss it as useless despite never using it themselves. Maybe they felt it was unnecessary, maybe they couldn't convince themselves to try something new, or maybe they just had a strong opinion about how string keeping should be done. But here's the thing, some of the best innovation in this hobby were once dismissed as nonsense before they became widely accepted. So that brings me to the real question. Are you an innovator or a traditionalist? At the end of the day, every stream keeper falls somewhere between innovation and tradition. Some are pioneers, always testing new methods and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Some are guardians of the old ways, ensuring we don't lose the wisdom of experience. Both are important. But for this hobby to truly grow, we need balance. If we only stick to what has worked in the past, we risk becoming stagnant. If we blindly chase every new trend, we risk making mistakes that harm our stream. So here's what I challenge you to think about. Are you open to new ideas, or do you reject them before giving them a fair shot? What if the next big innovation in stream keeping is something you are currently dismissing? What if the thing that could make your tank thrive is something you refuse to try? The next time you see a new idea, don't just judge it from the outside. Test it, experiment with it, learn from it, and then decide for yourself. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, peace out.